Welcome back, everybody, to the Colorado Rockies franchise and MLB The Show 21. We have a big series on the schedule today, taking on the San Francisco Giants, the team right behind us right now in the wild card standings. There are 4 very good teams in the NL West. Only 3 are going to the playoffs. The Dodgers and Padres are 2 of those teams. At the end of the day, this is the number 1 foe for us until the postseason comes around, and hopefully we are a part of it. It's possible that both teams miss the playoffs, but I feel like one of these teams will get that last wild card spot. So we'll dive into game 1 here first, and we have John Means on the mound as Thairo Estrada rips a double into the left field corner to get this underway. Batting second is Mauricio Dubon, and he's jammed, but this is going to fall in fair territory, and 3 pitches in, San Francisco has the first run. A couple batters later, a ground ball back up the middle with an 0-2 count, and San Francisco is able to tack on a couple runs here in the first against a good pitcher in John Means. We need him to play well in games like this, and it's not the start you want to see, especially with Jack Flaherty pitching for the Giants in this one. He's basically the Giants' ace now. Let's go top 3, though. Means facing Ryan McMahon, and he chases the curveball low. Means picks up a strikeout. In past games, I've really talked about the pitch count concerns with John Means. He doesn't easily put away hitters, and these long at-bats have escalated his pitch count early in games, and this walk was his 3rd of the day. I felt, all right, here we go again. Joey Bart in the air. This is into right field, and Nimmo lays out to take it away. Nice diving grab to keep this 2-0. Overall, Means recovered well after that first inning, but the Colorado offense struggled to get anything going against Flaherty. We'll head into the 4th inning, and this is on the ground to Rafi Devers. A nice quick at-bat. It was actually really refreshing that Means was able to pitch to contact a little bit better in this game and have quicker at-bats overall. And a strikeout here of Estrada will help things as Means puts up 3 consecutive zeros. Despite the early walks, his pitch count actually was not a problem. 60 pitches here going into the 5th. Knocked down by France. He'll recover and make the play in time. Hey, it helps to have some quality defensive play behind you as well. Here's Ryan McMahon again. 2-2. It's on the ground. A perfect curveball. Devers makes the throw. We brought in John Means for series like this, but the offense really wasn't helping out too much. Decided to check in here with some at-bats in the 5th inning. Brandon Nimmo, fly ball, shallow center, and that's an easy play for Dubon. Flaherty trying to make it 5 scoreless. Now facing Trey Turner, who's put in a fantastic season. And Turner strikes out. Colorado has just 2 hits through 5 innings, and Flaherty's been fantastic. Means actually got to pitch into the 6th inning in this game, and he picks up the strikeout of Mike Yastrzemski. Rougned Odor later in the inning. There is a runner on, but Means gets ahead. Now 2-2. Did he go? Yes! Strike 3. 6 solid innings for John Means. He earns the quality start, and German Marquez took over in the 7th inning. Here facing Flaherty, that's on the ground. Devers has an issue with it, and no throw to first. Flaherty's aboard. Here's Thairo Estrada, and he stays with the slider away. Base hit right field. Marquez just has not been himself this season. Here with the bases loaded, big at-bat for Mike Yastrzemski. Close call taken for ball 2. That one's way off the plate. Full count, nowhere to put him, and he missed inside. San Francisco able to extend their lead against Marquez, having a lot of problems here in the 7th, and it's not done yet. Here's Ravello with a ground ball. Devers will make the play. It's 3-0. It's in striking range for this offense. But Flaherty continuing to pitch. His count now in the 100s, and he's not coming out yet. Trying to complete the 7th. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Nice stop at short. Throwing from the seat of his pants is not in time. Great effort by Estrada. But it's a base hit for Solak, and we finally get to the Giants bullpen. Reyes Maranta has struggled. He's in to face Santander. It's a base hit into right field. 2 on with 2 down. And that'll bring up Brandon Nimmo. 2-1. He's behind that one, almost clocking at 100. 2-2 to Nimmo. And a called strike 3, nailing the corner up and in. Big pitch from Maranta. We still can't get on the board, and we go into the 9th inning, where Scott Oberg now has trouble recording outs. Bases loaded, 2 down. Ravello coming through this time. Line to the gap in right center field. That'll clear the bases. San Francisco opens their lead up and take game 1 behind a fantastic start from Jack Flaherty. Great day all around. 6-0 Giants take this game. I knew this would be a tough one, and I know we've struggled against really good pitchers. Unfortunately, that just continues into this game. But we move on to game 2, where after San Francisco's win, we're now completely tied in the wild card standings, 73 and 62. We do have the advantage against them this season, record-wise 11 and 6. We've played well against the Giants, but this series matters so much, more than the big picture, I'd say. Thankfully, in this game, we have Luis Severino taking the mound. His day opens with a strikeout, and then facing Rougned Odor batting cleanup. And he's out in front. Good changeup. And Severino picks up a couple strikeouts in the first. The Giants also added Lucas Giolito to their starting rotation. He's a little more inconsistent, but he for sure can get strikeouts. Here facing Brandon Nimmo, we get a good idea of what he brings to the table with some really nasty pitches that Nimmo just cannot connect on. There's a strikeout to begin his day, and Giolito sets down Turner as well. Devers batting third in this game. Geronimo gets the day off. Full count from Giolito. And a fastball away gets strike 3. 5 strikeouts between the two starters here in the first. Felt like this could be a very different kind of game, just the way this one started. To the 2nd inning, where Severino faces Jake Bowers. Severino ahead, and somehow that's not called strike 3. The 3-2 gets him to swing at least, and he comes up empty. 3rd strikeout for Severino. And following him, Mauricio Dubon chases the slider. 2 more strikeouts for Severino, but Giolito comes back in the 2nd. He gets another one. This time it's Reynolds out in front. Anthony Santander following, and we're having a lot of whiffs. 2-2. Contact, but not good contact, and the inning is over. This looked like it was a pitcher's duel in the making, just based on the first 2 innings. In the 3rd now, Severino. That runs inside. He walks Pedro Leon, and later in the inning, just missed there against Odor. Could have ended the inning. And that one misses high. He's around the strike zone, but a couple walks for Severino. Now a chance for Joey Bart. And there's a high drive hit deep to center field. Reynolds on the run. He can't make the catch. And that gets down. 2 will score, and San Francisco jumps out ahead. This hit him, it looked like right in the glove. On the replay, it hits him in the arm. I'm used to them making the plays in those situations. There's a big missed opportunity. San Francisco capitalizes. Bottom 3. Giolito has his first walk. Brings up Xavier Edwards. He gets the hanging breaking ball, hit deep to left field, and that gets down. Edwards on his way to second, and to third base. Nunez slides in safely. Not a bad time at all for Edwards' first major league hit. Now, we couldn't get any progress with Severino at the plate, so after him, Brandon Nimmo is up. And he's going after the high one there to even the count 2-2. Chased it again even higher. Strike 3. 6 strikeouts already for Giolito. The inning comes down to Trey Turner. And he grounds the first pitch back up the middle. Nunez scores. Here comes Edwards. And this game is tied. A clutch 2-out hit for Turner. And we will stay here in the third inning. This is Rafael Devers. Giolito now falling behind in some counts. And there's a drive to right field. Belted into the bullpen. Devers hits the Rockies ahead. Number 32. You gotta love what Devers brings to this team. A true X-Factor player. I mean, he won the MVP last year. And he's been exactly what we hoped he would be. Colorado puts up 4, and we'll head into the 4th. Severino gives up a base hit to center field. Everything was so sharp early on, it was odd to see these pitchers suddenly struggle seemingly out of nowhere. Pitch count is elevating now for Severino into the 80s. Falls behind here, and that's driven deep to right center. Reynolds is not going to get to it, and the Giants will answer back with 2 more, tying the game at 4. The 4th inning would be it for Luis Severino. We'll take this game ahead now into the 5th inning, where Giolito is starting to come up on a higher pitch count. 2-2 to Turner. Got him with the slider right down the middle, but Turner just can't do anything with it. 10 strikeouts for Giolito. He's got excellent stuff. I felt like I hadn't faced a pitcher with his kind of movement in a while. Devers hits one hard, but right at the right fielder. And we'll go into the 6th inning. Again, German Marquez comes out of the bullpen, looking for some solid relief innings. 2-2, that's low. Full count now to Luis Toribio. And a tapper for Nunez. And the throw in time. Marquez comes in to give us 2 zeros. That's big when Severino only goes 4. Out of the bullpen now for San Francisco, Kevin Gausman. Normally a good starter, but now a reliever for them, facing France. And that's driven deep to center field. That'll put the Rockies back on top. An absolute missile. 462 feet. Not often you see a splitter that high in the zone. And when France makes contact, especially this year, watch out. We get to hand this lead off now to Michael Givens. Mike Yastrzemski in, 1-2 count. There's a called strike 3. The changeup from Givens. He still does a really good job getting strikeouts. Now facing Joey Bart. Able to quickly get ahead, wasting no time. That's what I like to see. 1-2, jammed him. And France will walk in to put this one away. Nice job by Michael Givens. Colorado still up 1 in the bottom of the 7th inning as Gausman stays in and walks Edwards. 2 batters later, here's Brandon Nimmo. And he drives the 2-0 in the air to center field. This one's carrying. Dubon trying to get there, and it's down. Edwards on his way to third base. I wasn't sure that would actually get down. Nimmo doesn't normally have that kind of power to the opposite gap. But Turner's up now. He lifts this in the air to right field, and that's hit deep enough for a tagging opportunity. And Edwards scores. Rockies up again by 2. And the Giants bring in Connor Menez, the lefty, to face Rafael Devers. And Devers falls behind 0-2. And that's driven deep down the right field line. It'll stay fair. It's gone. Second homer for Rafi Devers. Team leading 33rd of the season. I'm surprised that triggered like the camera cut there for a no-doubter because, I don't know, it was barely inside the foul pole and barely got out. But hey, when Devers hits a fly ball, you can pretty much count on that thing getting out of the stadium. Nice lead for Colorado, 8-4. And France hits one to left center field. Back it goes! That's his second of the day! Both France and Devers double dip in this one, and this time go back-to-back. The Rockies win it. They put up 11 runs in Game 2. I wouldn't mind if they split it up a bit better and challenged Game 1, but this is why I believe in this team. 10 runs, actually, my bad. This team explodes for runs, but occasionally just nothing clicks and they get shut out. So we really get the Rockies experience here in the first 2 games of this series. And I was shocked about that game because the way it started out, I'm like, all right, we got a pitcher's duel. Better settle in, focus up. It's going to be a tough game. And it completely changed in the 3rd inning. So let's go to Game 3. Who's taking this series? Michael Pineda takes the mound. He's been obviously one of our best pitchers this season. And the Rockies lead this in the 3rd. This after a home run from Brandon Nimmo. It's 5-1. Logan Webb not taken out of the game yet, as Devers lifts one to right center. And it actually does stay in. Let's move forward to the 5th inning, where suddenly now it's a 7-6 game. Both starters are out. Michael Pineda, out of nowhere, gave up 6 runs. Now we got a high-scoring game. 2-on here, and that is a pop-up for Devers, as Ryan Rolison actually got some playing time in this game. That's not what I expected to see. But bottom 5. Nobody on for Devers, and he is right through that fastball from Kevin Gossman. And a foul tip on the inside fastball. Good pitch for Gossman. Much better than the one he threw to Devers in the previous game. In the 7th inning now, Mauricio Dubon offered to bunt, and that was a foul tip for strike 3. Here in the show, I've certainly seen like bunts go to the catcher, but a foul tip off a bunt, that's the first time I've ever seen that in this game. That was pretty cool. Same score, bottom 7, runner on. Connor Menez. They're just going to challenge Devers with the same pitchers he already homered off of. And that's a pitch that could have led to another one. 3-2. That's hit the other way and down for a base hit. Not trying to do too much. That's good 2-strike hitting. 2-on now. You got the speed of Turner right in front of Devers. Now, we got to step up our communication here because I didn't know Turner was taken off. If I did, could have had Devers go to second, but maybe they would have thrown it to second base. After that, the manager says, all right, now go steal second base. So there goes Devers, and the throw is in time. I was really confused by that sequence. I should have ignored the steal sign there. So I think that's my bad. Now, we had that slim lead, and now it's gone. Because in the top of the 9th inning, Taylor Rogers blew the save. And the Giants are now 1 out away from taking this series. We have the tying run at 3rd, full count for Devers, and 2 down. That's in the air, hit well to right field, but the catch is made by Yastrzemski. And the Giants take the final series against the Rockies this season. We still win the season series. And that is 12-7. But this win for San Francisco will have us tied with no more head-to-heads remaining. We have still no separation between these teams. That's how close it is. Now, we both have tough schedules the rest of the way. They play the Dodgers in 2 series, we do in 1. Both teams have a relatively similar strength of schedule, I would say. So we don't have like key head-to-heads against them, but I still expect them to be the team that goes down to the wire with us. I still plan to update on the minor league players and where they are at right now, with their seasons coming to a close soon. But I hope you've enjoyed the episodes here down the stretch. I know it's really slowed down the pace as I try to highlight how big these series are. We have about a month to go though. I think I can simulate some of these games. We have the Padres upcoming and then Milwaukee. About 50-50 between road and home games the rest of the way. It's going to be a tough sprint to the finish for these two teams, playing solid teams in every series between now and the end of the year. Well, that's where we are now at the end of this one. Unfortunately, the gap just tightened to the point where there is no more gap in the standings. Well, that will bring us to the end of this episode as we take a look at who's currently in line for the most prestigious awards this year. Dominic Smith and Franmil Reyes could be your MVPs. Walker Buehler and Garrett Cole are in first for the Cy Young Awards. And then the David Geronimo Rookie of the Year Award. Andy Pages of the Marlins could take that home, and Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners. But that is it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed the video and the action today. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And the Rockies will be back again, I'd say Monday, as we get into the rest of this schedule and try to bring this team back to Rocktober. Have a great day.